Hi, welcome to another episode of Interior Tech. I'm Heidi Hebner with the North Carolina Office of State Fire Marshal. Today we are coming to you again from Blowing Rock Fire Department, and we're going to talk about something that a lot of you have called or emailed me about, and that is healthy snacking options. Many times we tend to go for something that's quick and easy, which usually comes out of a box or a bag, and these items usually have ingredients lists which are about that long. You know, at that point it's not really a real food anymore. It starts to become a science project. There are a lot of healthy things you can make that are just as tasty as you'll find in a store. You can make yourself. The ingredients list are small, and we're going to talk about some of those today. The first one is homemade granola. I know a lot of people like to snack on granola. Totally a healthy snack if you make it yourself. And the cool thing about it is you can customize it according to your taste. Today what we're going to be using are the basic ingredients is going to be oatmeal. We've got two different kinds. We have rolled oats and we have steel cut oats. So we're using 2 cups of the rolled oats, 1 cup of the steel cut oats, and we have a half a cup of walnuts. Walnuts have lots of omega-3 fatty acids, and I know a lot of you have probably heard about that, and we've got a quick drill related to the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. But they can help lower triglycerides, help lower your blood pressure. A lot of people have even found benefits in easing symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis by increasing their omega-3 fatty acid intake. So, first thing we're going to do is mix our dry ingredients. If you're trying to watch your saturated fat intake or your total fat intake, you might want to just limit this to the walnuts. If you start to put more nuts like almonds, peanuts, cashews, your fat content is going to get a little high in this. And that's good in small portions. So we'll mix that good. We also have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And that's considered a dry ingredient, so we're going to mix that up as well. You can really add a lot more cinnamon to this. Cinnamon kind of tricks your taste buds into thinking you're eating something sweet. So the more cinnamon you put in it, the sweeter tasting this is going to be. So while we're talking about sweeteners, what we're using today is honey. We're using 1/4 cup of raw honey. And we've got 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Pour that in there together. And you just mix it up. Once you have everything thoroughly combined, then you're ready to pop it in the oven. We've got our oven set at 375 degrees, and we're gonna bake this for about an hour. So this is a snack that you want to pre-make. Maybe if you have some time on a Sunday afternoon, make this, pop it in the oven, then you have a healthy snack for the rest of the week. We have a cookie sheet lined with wax paper, and that's very important to keep this stuff from sticking. Okay, we're ready to put it in the oven. Okay, while our granola is baking in the oven, we're going to go on to something else. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a pretty strong sweet tooth, and this always seems to satisfy it. It is a peanut butter fruit dip. Well, actually, I'm using almond butter, so today it's going to be an almond butter fruit dip, but you can actually use natural peanut butter if you prefer that flavor over almond butter. Get the same effect. The cool thing about this is you can make it ahead of time and keep it in the fridge, eat on it all week, take it to a party. Don't tell anybody it's a healthy fruit dip. Just put it out there and see how many compliments you get on it. The main ingredients of this is 1/2 cup of no-fat ricotta cheese. So we'll put that in the bowl. And of course, we've got 1/2 cup of almond butter. And then for some extra extra sweet, we have a 1/4 cup of raw honey. And the next part is optional. This is a teaspoon of cinnamon. Like I said earlier, I love cinnamon, so I'm going to put that in there. And you can also add vanilla flavor into this if you wish. We'll mix that up good. Okay, so it's kind of got a thick texture. If you want it a little creamier, you can add just a little bit of your choice of milk, almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk. Just make sure it's a low sugar, low fat variety. Even though snacking between meals is good for us, it helps maintain our blood glucose at steady levels throughout the day if we're snacking on healthy things. We can't overdo it, and a lot of us tend to do this. This is one of my problems. So to fix that, I've started measuring out portions and actually plating my snacks, treating them as small meals. So I take my time with them, I enjoy it a little bit more, and by measuring, I'm controlling the portions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of our fruit dip out. I'm gonna go ahead and core the apple. Just take some cinnamon, sprinkle it over a cored apple. Get it as thick as you want it. And let it sit for a few minutes. When the cinnamon and the sugar, the natural sugar and the apple combine, it tastes just like you're eating apple pie. And that in itself is a healthy snack. Okay, our granola's still cooking and we've made some fruit dip. Now we're gonna make something a little bit salty and crunchy. And these are known as kale chips. You can buy kale at the grocery store. I actually grew this myself and it's really easy to grow, so if you're into gardening, that's something you absolutely should add to your produce. So what we're gonna do is we've just gotten a bunch of kale here. We've broken off the stems. You can tear it up yourself or you can cut it with a knife. Okay, once you get it cut up, next thing you want to do is put a little bit of oil on it. I'm using grapeseed oil today, and you can use grapeseed oil, safflower oil. I suggest both of those because they have really high smoke points. And the idea is to just get a light film of the oil on the leaves so that your flavor ingredients will stick. And that's the cool thing about these chips. You can flavor it up pretty much however you want. I love salt and vinegar potato chips, but that's not a very healthy option. So I make salt and vinegar flavored kale chips. And I'm taking just a teaspoonful of sea salt. Don't overdo it with the salt. So I like to put it a little bit in my hand at a time and just shake it out over the leaves. And that was a teaspoon, but I'm probably gonna stop right there because that's enough for me. I don't wanna overdo it with the salt. And then you take balsamic vinegar, and you can do this to taste however much you want. Just drizzle it over. All right, and again, we're gonna do the mixing because we're trying to get these leaves coated with our flavors. Just spread them out as even as you can on the wax paper lined baking pan, and then you're ready to pop them in the oven. And at 350 degrees, you don't want to go any longer than 10 or 15 minutes because these things, there's a fine line between being baked crisp and burnt to a crisp. And so you want to keep an eye on them. Aim for around 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about an hour, so our granola should be ready. I know it's smelling really good. We're going to check on that, and if it's ready, we're going to turn the oven down to 350, and we're going to pop our kale in for about 10 minutes. Okay, so our granola's done, and something I failed to mention is about every 10 to 15 minutes, be sure you open the oven up and stir the granola, just so it doesn't get too toasty on one side. So, all in all today, We've spent about an hour and a half making 3 snacks that could easily be stored in the refrigerator or in a Tupperware container and last us all week. They're a lot healthier. We know what kind of ingredients are in them because we are the ones putting the ingredients in. By making your own snacks, you are saving yourself from a lot of artificial colorings and flavorings, preservatives, extra sodium, stuff that none of us really need a lot of. Okay, it's been about 10 or 12 minutes. We're gonna check on the kale. I think the kale's perfect. I'm going to take a spatula and kind of scrape it off. There you go. In a bowl. I know a lot of you are probably thinking that looks disgusting, but I promise it is good. I thought that the first time I tried it. I was like, there's no way this is going to be any good, but it really, really is. And your mama would be so proud because you're getting your greens. So let's go over what we've done today. We've made kale chips, homemade granola, we've got some apples with cinnamon on it here, and peanut butter fruit dip. And again, remember, you can save these and eat them all week, but do proper portion sizes. That's a half a cup of granola right there. Portion it out, put it in Ziploc bags, like little ones. Don't take like a whole entire gallon Ziploc bag of this stuff with you, because you will end up just mindlessly snacking and eating it all at one time. Even though it is healthy, that doesn't mean more of it is better for you in one sitting. And that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. I hope some of this helped a little bit. If you have any questions or any ideas, if you want to be on a video with us, please contact me